Please select a landing
Actually, I
zone.
think that's the top one. Yeah, it's the top one. So...
Please select landing zone confirmed.
Roger. This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Dun dun.
This is B-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand
Dun dun
by.
dun 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 dun. On me. There we go.
Mission list
Even with Skullface
updated.
dead, our pain is still right with us. We need more strength. We need more men. Diamond Dogs needs
Staff
to be bigger.
assigned.
Missions have come in too. We still have a long road ahead of us.
I know. You're gonna be obsessive throughout the whole entire game. Any important ones? Not that I see of. Go down. Ah. Okay.
Please select a landing zone. Heading to Central Africa.
Down to Central Africa. Alright, we got a couple new soldiers. I don't know if they're playable. Oh yeah, got her. See if we have any others. It might just be her that's playable. You know the drill, boys. Yeah. Dun. Yeah, we got the Solid Snake skin. Solid Snake. And we also have another sneaking suit. Trying to remember where it is though. Oh wait, it's not developed yet. It's being developed, but it's not developed. We'll do that. And we'll do this. Buddy. Going back to that. Alright, let's go back to my regular gear, which I think it's pretty much this. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, we're good. Deploy. Let's get ourselves a legendary animal. Yeah, like, I guess during those, like, credits and all that, like, I keep forgetting that Kojima throws you for a loop thinking, oh, hey, I beat the Metal Gear Solid 5. No, I did not. In order to beat Metal Gear Solid 5, I think you have to get at least the second or third credits. I'm trying to remember. I know if you want the absolute ending, you have to denuclearize everyone's fucking base. And I'm not gonna do that. Because that involves multiplayer, and I don't give a shit. Technically, there's not much to the ending, to be honest. I actually saw the ending, and it's like, all that work for that? No, thank you. It's a donkey! Alright, so how the hell are we gonna find this creature? Oh?
You are a disgrace to all stay-at-home dads. Throws bits at face.
Why am I a disgrace? You never give me an explanation.
Please select a deployment.
If you're gonna call me a drunk, at least tell me which alcohol I drink. How to improve upon this disgrace. Also, thank you for the biddies. Subway wasn't terrible.
I just received word from the R&D team and the transport team out of Afghanistan. They finished installing Sahelanthropus on the base. It's ours now.
All right. Don't let any of the staff touch that thing. Especially Emmerich.
Of course. That guy's crush on Sahelanthropus is beyond a joke. Guess he really wants to see his tech stand on its own two legs this time.
That's not gonna happen.
I know it. So you've got no plans to make it operational again?
Damn right.
Boss, I want to hear it straight from you.
Hear what?
What the hell do you want with that thing? The drive is busted. It's not like it has a nuke on board. Even if the metallic archaea could turn it into a nuclear weapon, all it can do is self-destruct. Sahelanthropus just isn't a weapon anymore. It'll draw unwanted attention without even being a deterrent.
I know.
The weapon's development strut sank 2 feet under that thing's weight. That's 1 year's drop in a single night. We've started on reinforcing the strut, but there's no guarantee it'll hold up if a storm hits.
I know that too.
Boss, why keep it?
It's a mark. Us Diamond Dogs, we don't have a country to call home. That means we have no past, nothing to prove that we lived. Every one of us threw it all away when we came here. Sahelanthropus is a symbol to show that the likes of us brought at least one crisis to its end.
A mark in history. So we can't just fade away.
It's of no practical use to us. But we still need it.
A symbol of what we've done. I'm glad I sounded you out on this. Snake, on behalf of all of us, I want to thank you.
I don't need gratitude. I need security. Keep Emmerich away from that thing.
Roger that.
Yeah. That's the dumbest thing. Hey, it's a trophy, okay? Wow, you don't keep a trophy after you kill it?
You said that the nuke Skullface was trying to spread around the world were equipped with a failsafe. Something that could shut them down at will. His will.
Quite so. After all, he needed a guarantee that a
Plus, it's a trophy wife.
turned the weapon
But that means the wife is shallow and you can just pour a bunch of liquids in it.
criticality trigger. That is,
Trophy wife.
the detonator is a complete black box design. Any attempt to dismantle it causes it to melt in seconds,
Enemy presence detected.
using the corroding archaea.
Updated.
The design ensures that no detonation is possible unless it disengages the lock.
So he had a way to disengage it remotely.
Precisely. The client simply presses a button. At that moment, the detonator begins transmission with a surveillance satellite. The satellite reports to him how the client is trying to use the nuke. If he does not object, the lock is disengaged.
But if it's a risk to him in any way,
The detonator melts down. The same is true if detonation does not occur within a preset time after the lock is disengaged.
would buy something with strings attached like that?
The client would never know until the moment they actually try to use it. Most likely, he would have explained the time delay as the detonators needing time to activate. And he only intended to sell to technologically primitive groups in the first place.
Let me guess. He'd claim it was defective and offer a replacement. Shadier than a used car salesman.
Mm-hmm.
Skullface shakes your hand like a friend, using the other to control you like a puppet. This is how he works.
Yeah, did I deploy any more units? Should probably figure that out before I do anything. Now,
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched.
oh,
Unit dispatched.
more.
Code Talker. Haven't seen you eat a single thing since you got here. Let me guess. Photosynthesis?
Oh? What makes you say that?
Well, a long time ago, I knew someone with a similar ability.
Well, you are correct. Most of my body is covered with parasites. I supply them with water, and in return, I receive sugars they produce when exposed to light.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't just my skin either. The parasites also act as my eyes. They have replaced many of my internal organs as well. It is thanks to them that I live on after over a century.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was like
Obtained them
super
anyway.
fucking
Through
old.
your research?
I would like to say as much, but there is more to it than that. Let me take you back 20 years. I had hit a dead end with my parasite research. Then I was approached by a foundation. They said they had a sample of an unusual strain of parasite.
Which foundation?
Apparently, they had links to ARPA. But that is all I
ARPA.
learned. I was somewhat ignorant of the ways of the world. Just being able to study it was enough for me.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Go on.
Might be over here.
Half in doubt, I visited them to discover the body of an old man. Well, to be precise, his partial remains. A collection of parts, you could say. The man had died in an explosion.
An old man, you say?
His flesh had not decomposed. In fact, the tissue's cells were still metabolizing. The parasite had infected, or should I say assimilated with, the tissues, and was keeping them alive. I became obsessed with studying the body parts, foregoing food and even sleep. Every day was filled with new discoveries. The parasite's biology, internal anatomy, life cycle. But there was only so much I could learn through observation.
That's the target.
And so I made a decision. To truly know the parasites, I had to live with them.
So, you implanted them inside you from the dead man's flesh?
Correct. It was quite a gamble, whether or not they would adapt to me. But fortunately, it appears I was compatible with them. Or perhaps, through my many years of research, my immune system learned to tolerate them.
Were they that body's only parasite?
Yes. However, there was a separate specimen that supplied its host with adrenaline in response to pain, and yet another that could control insects at will through secreting heterogeneous pheromones.
Bye, birdie.
I wanted exposure to them, to take them into me, but my wishes were denied. Their records, though, provided...
I never seen those end that.
Arrived
Hey.
at Database.
Wow.
Development project has been added.
Boss, come on back to base.
I didn't know they would. Oh, it's because they finished the side ops after the first chapter. I think they're pushing it through in order to have some developments happening. Not my fault. It's the game's fault. Usually when you finish the side ops, it doesn't do this. They'll probably continue right after this, though.
Boss, there's been an accident in the boys' quarters.
Uh-oh.
A pile of steel pipes gave way and crushed one of the kids. A boy named Ralph. They tell me he died instantly. I'm sorry, boss. It's my fault. I should have been keeping an eye on him. I'll let you know if we learn something.
So one of the boys died. That sucks.
Putting an end to the epidemic.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, the legendary bird ibis. Oh yeah, we need to go to the medical platform too after we do this. Okay. Battle gear. Time for me to visit Battle Gear. Wrong one. Oop. Pick me up, boys.
Please select a delivery point.
Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Alright. Wake up, soldier! Uh-oh. Get up. Need to train you more.
Thank you, boss.
It's like all my soldiers just want to be abused. They're all masochists on the inside. Alright, cutscene? Maybe? Maybe not. Maybe not. E? No. Oh. Hi. Only I could shoot you with a tranquilizer dart. Make things funnier. I don't think there's anything to do here. Yeah, because he's still assembling it. Let's go visit Paz. Name should be Pez. Fits better. Do 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 do.
Please select a delivery point.
Okay. Oh yeah, the quarantine platform is like way over there. Let's go to medical. See what Quiet's doing. Man without a bra, I see. No problem. I go visit Paz again. Let's see, where is he? I heard him. Is he up here? Ah, there.
Boss, you, me, mock battle. What do you say?
Oh, you want to go? Oh, yeah! Oh, have fun sleeping. Just leave him on the ground.
Oh, Snake!
How do you know I'm Snake? Boobs.
What is it, Snake?
Here's another photo.
Oh, here's Nuke. He is so cute. I haven't seen him around lately. Where did he get to? He is the official mascot of Mother Base, so he should show his face a little more.
Probably get another cat.
Want to know a secret? I saw Miller feeding Nuke when no one was looking. Meow meow. Come here. Come here, kitty kitty. Come here. Nuke? Nuke? My head. It hurts.
I think we only have like one photo to show her, so that's it for that. Ah! Is that who I think it is?
Please select a landing zone.
Quiet! Don't mute my VODs! Na 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 na. Please don't mute VODs. Ah, that moment when you think you beat Metal Gear Solid 5 early, but you didn't. Then Chapter 2 starts. It's like, oh yeah, that happens. Boop.
Boss, there's been an accident in the boys' quarters. A pile of steel pipes gave way and crushed one of the kids. The boy named Ralph. They tell me he died instantly. I'm sorry, boss. It's my fault. I should have been keeping an eye on them. I'll let you know if we learn something.
Haven't seen you eat a single
Alright,
thing since you got
we'll try
here.
and finish this one. Actually, can you...
Photos? photosynthesis?
Oh? What makes you say it?
Along
Of parts, you could say. The man had died in an explosion.
an old man, you
His flesh. The parasite's biology.
Okay.
Internal anatomy.
Finishing that.
But there was only so much I could learn through observation. And so I made a decision to truly know the parasites.
Ooh,
I had
8
to live
tanks.
with them.
So, you implanted them inside you from the dead man's flesh?
Correct. It was quite a gamble, whether or not they would adapt to me. But fortunately, it appears I was compatible with them. Or perhaps, through my many years of research, my immune system learned to tolerate them.
Were they that body's only parasite?
Yes. However, there was a separate specimen that supplied its host with adrenaline in response to pain, and yet another that could control insects at will through secreting heterogeneous pheromones. I wanted exposure to them, to take them into me, but my wishes were denied. Their records, though, provided clues that helped advance my research. Would you care to join me? A life spent never worrying about food is a most wonderful one.
I think I'll pass. But thanks. This has been helpful.
It's like, one day I would like to eat burgers again. Speaking of burgers, they have like the most interesting freaking audio dialogue in this freaking game about burgers. I can't wait to come up towards this, because I think it was Miller that starts trying to provide the Code Talker with like the best burger in the world, and it comes down to the point to where it just gets a little insane.
Skullface has finally burned out. The world is rid of his existence at last.
Was he still alive?
You could say that. But you could also say he'd been dead for decades.
What's that supposed to mean?
Biologically speaking, it's hard to say how much was his life.
Side effects from the treatment?
No.
Oh yeah, you can redo some of these missions.
Keeping a dying host alive as long as possible.
More
That
extreme
is the
versions
whole
of these.
point. But in the end, he grew too dependent on his children. As if he had any other way to keep on living. He first underwent parasite therapy before the Soviet Union became his home. His body was horribly burned. Fire washed across his thin young frame and stole his skin and his throat, even his lungs. Only through repeated therapies could the parasites keep him alive. Most of his life became something the parasites gave to him.
And then he lost the ability to die.
That is correct. The parasites live on past the host's death, still aiding cell composition. At that stage, there is no way to extract them from the host cells. There is no way of knowing when the last cell of Skullface's body would die. The only choice was to burn the whole thing. And his children, along with it. And I am one to talk. When my life is snuffed out, I expect you to treat my body the same way. And when I burn, I will truly be one with my children for the first time. You say there were 3 English vocal parasites.
According to Skullface, yeah.
Skullface had 2 of the English strain with him. You burned both of them.
There was an oil fire. I tossed him in.
So that just leaves one. And you tell me Skullface said he used it.
He said it was very close to me.
Very close. One of your comrades, or someone ordered to kill you. Or he could have been speaking metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
Close to your spirit, close to your heart. Someone who either loves you or despises you.
The second one makes a long list.
Please select a
Whichever
mission.
it is, act with caution. Skullface implanted someone with the English language strain. Who it is irrelevant.
Why?
I tell you what Skullface really meant. Very close to you means you will be exposed. All the infected here have been given the Wolbachia. Even if the vocal cord parasites infect them now, they cannot reproduce. But if there's a different host among us, host to the English strain,
If that were the case, we'd see the symptoms.
what about the non-English speakers?
We have plenty of those, but the staff use English as a common language.
But if that someone has not spoken English yet, and begins to speak it now,
There'd be another outbreak.
the final mating pair of the English strain must be found immediately. Skullface is gone, but his threat still remains. On this base, do you see what the final mating pair is? With him dead, those parasites are the stain he wished to leave upon the world. His thirst for vengeance. In the flesh. Think. Does anyone here bear a grudge against you? Who would target you, specifically?
The ethnic cleansers that Code Talker mentioned, they weren't Skullface's true goal. All we have is circumstantial evidence, but here's my theory. It was Cypher who started developing the vocal cord parasites as bioweapons, parasitic weapons, and Africa was the testing ground for them. As Code Talker said, their purpose is the ethnic cleansing of only those who speak a particular language. So they could do a weapon of mass destruction to eradicate specific groups, races, ethnicities, or colonies by the language they speak. Or a kind of absolute language control. Or maybe a tool for those arrogant fools to build some misguided utopia. I can see plenty of uses for them. However, in practical terms, they wouldn't be as dangerous as you'd think.
Caution.
Counteracting the
Name of
parasites is
content.
easy, after all. Cut them out of your throat to save your life, or just don't talk. That also prevents the infection from spreading. So if the international community were to find out about them, they'd no longer be the threat they were conceived to be. In which case, their targets would be limited to minority groups as a deterrent or a terrorist tool. It's hard to imagine Cypher developing something like that as a main weapon for their arsenal. That leads me to think we've only tugged on one little thread in Cypher's grand tapestry. An obscure corner of their work, possibly forgotten altogether. In any case, things changed. When Skullface was forced to relocate to Africa and he saw that thread dangling. All the time he continued that research, he was secretly following his own agenda. The ethnic liberator parasites. His English language strain. Skullface said there were only 3 samples of the English language strain parasite, and I think we can believe him. Bringing his ethnic liberator's plan to fruition depended on creating an English version of the vocal cord parasites at all costs. But an English strain would have been useless to Cypher. Worse, it could have destroyed everything they'd built. It was the one type they couldn't allow. That means Skullface was forced to develop his English strain out of sight of Cypher's network. Naturally, he couldn't use the greenhouse facility Cypher had set up and filled with guinea pigs. Skullface must have found some secret place to create his precious few English parasites, hiding all evidence like a man cheating on his wife. Somewhere, an entirely standalone environment. And when his plan entered its final phase, he must have made the place disappear. Some little room, could be anywhere, but now nowhere at all. We'll never know where he did it, but to elude Cypher's surveillance, it couldn't have been big. I believe Skullface was telling the truth. There were only ever 3 samples of the English language strain. Why activate Sahelanthropus in Afghanistan? This is how Skullface wanted things to play out. The Soviet Union secretly develops a new type of nuclear weapon and successfully deploys it in Afghanistan. Revealing the existence of Sahelanthropus results in a return to the glory days of the Cold War. The threat it poses reignites the nuclear arms race between the world's major powers. The demand for nuclear weapons increases around the globe. What if you then introduced a nuclear weapon anyone could get their hands on? Non-nuclear nations, militant groups of all shapes and sizes, they'd all jump at the chance. Sahelanthropus was a marketing tool to sell nukes all around the world. But I think it's safe to say that plan was stamped out before it got up and running. The world's intelligence agencies never did turn up anything conclusive on it. After all, Sahelanthropus vanished before word could spread. Everything that's happened is already a fading memory, never to join the pages of history. Except for Cypher. Cypher won't forget. They'll already be working on something, quietly beneath the surface. They'll use the pieces of data scraped together from this incident to build their own bipedal weapon. It'll take
Metal
a
Gear.
long time to complete it, but for now, the Greed sector have found their new life's work. We'll have to be ready too.
The whole base is busy getting ready for Peace Day. Miller has finished writing his song, so I went with Professor Galvez to listen to it. Miller was really into it, humming away as he played the song on his acoustic guitar. But the song melody did not match up with the guitar chords at all, and it sounded more like a mess than music. Miller's very enthusiastic, but I think he's tone deaf. I guess the guitar backing sounded good at least. But as I was wondering how to break it to Miller, Professor Galvez took out an odd instrument. It was just 2 antennas sticking out of a box, more like a radio than a musical instrument. He said it was invented by the Soviets, but why would Professor Galvez own a Soviet-Russian instrument? I asked him, and he told me music has no borders. Well, I cannot argue with that. Good music is something people of any nation can appreciate. Why not abandon war and just make music together? But anyway, the professor offered to try playing the melody on his instrument in time with Miller's guitar. It was like something from another world. But somehow, it fit Miller's guitar backing really well. It even gave the song a charming, down-home kind of feeling. Miller was overjoyed. That is it. That is my melody right there, he said. It sounded totally different from when he sang it. But hearing the professor's version, I thought I could probably sing it. Then Miller hit me with the next bombshell. Buzz, you write the lyrics. I did not know whether to scream or to run out of the room. There was only 1 week left until Peace Day.
There you go. It's all the audio logs. And we shall continue.
All clear shortly.
Get this other legendary animal.
Heading to Central Africa.
Central Africa.
Deploying.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right. Oakley dokley.
Please select a deployment point.
Do 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 do.
Marker placed.
Alright, gotta find this jackal.
Buddy has
Alright.
infiltrated out. The map has been updated.
Yeah, if she can spot it, that'd be awesome. But I have a feeling she won't be looking at the right direction for it. Lots of light. That's a human.
The map has been updated.
Yeah, finding this jackal might be a little bit easier than the bird.
That's the target.
Found you. Gotcha. This is gonna leave their little jackal behind. Oh, gonna extract them all. Just to make absolutely 100% sure we got the legendary jackal. Even though it's clearly saying that that one over there is a legendary.
Side ops completed. Side ops list updated. Extraction.
There we go.
arrived at Mother Base.
Alright. Go crazy. Gonna see if any of these soldiers will be good.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Alright, now you just have to get that dude.
Analysis complete.
Get him quiet.
Guard post captured.
So easy. It's like, yep, I need more soldiers now.
Analysis complete.
Base development.
Analysis complete.
Not good enough.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Analysis complete.
Not good enough.
Analysis complete.
Good enough.
Analysis
Definitely
complete.
good enough. Right, so I'm leaving 2 soldiers behind.
You gonna extract him?
Of course. Okay, well, I think that's it for this base. Ain't nothing else here.
Development complete.
Yeah, think we're done.
Marker removed.
Ah, someone died. No. There's that legendary jackal. Ubis. Cool.
Staff assigned.
Nice. Okay, helicopter pick
Please
up.
select a support helicopter requested. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
This is Pequot. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequot. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude. Departing.
Do 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 do. Okay.
Boss, you can now give the order to develop or dispose of nuclear weapons from your iDroid.
Sweet.
With a nuclear
Please
deterrent,
specify
even if you're
project.
discovered while infiltrating a rival PF's FOB, most PFs won't dare retaliate. But you, of all people, know how dangerous it can be to have nuclear weapons. So will you add nukes to our arsenal as a deterrent? Or will you take them away from other PFs and dispose of them to help build a world that's free of nuclear weapons? I'll leave that decision up to you.
Alright. Combat deployment.
Please select a mission.
Let's get rid of those.
Unit dispatched.
Side mission.
Please select a landing zone.
Thinking it'll be over there.
Deploying.
Right, let's get our mother base soldier. Our sixth one? Play my music. Play my music.
The map has been updated.
Ding, ding. Beep.
Be careful down there, boss.
Alright, I have a feeling he's gonna be somewhere right here.
Marker placed.
Alright, somewhere over here.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Ah, there he is.
Analysis complete.
Hmm.
I remember him. He was off base during the attack 9 years ago. Bring him home, boss.
Boss, I knew you were. I'm so happy, boss.
One of the guys out on a mission at the time. He's fallen a long way from the glory days. But he'll come back to us.
Did it.
Home, boss.
Side op completed.
Oh, there's one down there. Could do that one.
Extraction of marker placed.
Let's see. Can she scout anywhere close to that? Not really. That's what she could do.
Please select a deployment point.
Be on attack position over here. Eh.
Marker removed. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Let's see, any of these guys good?
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Quiet, we might have another objective.
Please select a deployment. Please select a deployment point.
I'll be waiting on you, girl.
Buddy has infiltrated our... The map has been updated.
Did select the right one, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Surveying.
Analysis complete.
Another diplomat, huh? Up with all the diplomats. Oh.
The map has been analysis complete.
Alright, go at it, girl.
Begin cover fire.
Hey, is they alright? Is they okay?
Nice. Gunsmith. Diplomats.
You gonna extract
Mm. And
Guard post captured.
He's coming too. Roger that.
yeah. Not that guy. I guess I'll get the guy up top. Oh, didn't mean to. Damn it. Oh, you're just getting a double dose of sleepiness. Okay, I think we're good.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Check out our combat.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched.
Well, that'll be pretty much done by the time I get to my objective. 50k? Not gonna complain. Wait a minute. Alright, go through here and then... yeah.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Stand down.
Okay. Stand
Clouds
down.
approved. Please select a deployment. Please select a deployment point.
Think. There we go. Yeah, so I learned you can increase your sprinting speed in this game, which is good. Since we hardly use D